etime to two radio stations tum basa and right binu so mobile be your friend saying convention ya what na man invite people from outside of Baba few minutes to the program, then you just torpedo it just like that. At the end of the day, you know, you are not that is what I'm saying. Akuffo doesn't it doesn't look like he's a Democrat. These are imposters fronting democratic rule. Because if you're really a believer in democracy, you will not be doing some of these things, attacking all state institutions, attacking individuals, attacking political parties, attacking people in the media. At the end of the day, who are you? You become a gangster with a presidential badge. That because that is what gangsters do. But fortunately, he's not a gangster with a gun. He's a gangster with a presidential badge, and he can do whatever that he want to do and get away with it. That is the kind of situation that you find yourself in. All right, Ghanaians will do everything to resist any attempt. We are election. My Ghana for Uncle whoever they deem fit to about no more money we are the Electoral Commission to declare that person. But see if I that is never going to happen.
All right. Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
You were for a PENDREAM TV in Pacho. When you say the news not off from an eddy bro. News ya ubabeti in Pacho. So what didn't want to Trebia and so what didn't Trefa. News be I present your platform with you for your voice note not for sending it. I was 0277 128 777. The debate 2 PENDREAM FM so Magana for any nothing. Young court Nyanko T and a story eddy bro.
Fortunately, the political parties eventually agreed with the Commission's position. In contrast, the current Electoral Commission's drive to make the Ghana card the only document for voter registration, when that card is not easily accessible all Ghanaians, and its refusal to consider the request by the political parties to do the 2023 limited voter registration at the electoral area level closer to the people than at the district level would seem to indicate that the political parties are now the ones defending their interests.
NDC is diametrically opposed to the Electoral Commission's decision not to use indelible ink during the election 2024. The discontinuation of the use of indelible ink in Ghana's elections at this stage will open the floodgate for nefarious activities that will compromise the integrity of our elections. Have we, as Ghanaians, said that we will not pay for the indelible ink? The EC must not make life easy for criminals to exploit our electoral process.
National Chairman of the NDC, Johnson Nketia, urged the Electoral Commission to renege on its quest to close polls by 3 p.m. on Election Day.
There are several outstanding issues to be addressed in this election year. The issues include the Electoral Commission's proposed closure of polls at 3 p.m., which the NDC, for the avoidance of doubt, is opposed to. They are bringing the closure of votes to 3 p.m., and yet they are not working on the delivery of electoral materials promptly for elections to start at 7. NDC is diametrically opposed to the Electoral Commission's decision not to use indelible ink during the election 2024. The discontinuation of the use of indelible ink in Ghana's elections at this stage will open the floodgate for nefarious activities that will compromise the integrity of our elections. Have we, as Ghanaians, said that we will not pay for the indelible ink? The EC must not make life easy for criminals to exploit our electoral process.
National Chairman of the NDC, Johnson Nketia, urged the Electoral Commission to renege on its quest to close polls by 3 p.m. on Election Day.
There are several outstanding issues to be addressed in this election year. The issues include the Electoral Commission's proposed...
Sima Mako miensa and abo ediapa awia no miensa ho. Yanko yanim Kel Chaco toothpaste. Can't the body train be DNA PS and they unimna wa gasa wa fichiri ukuyibia obi twem obeka chi wasa kwa no ni cash ana wo atete kwa samara company no hunu abefo kwanso aka ne ma mi no abom de aba unya bi eboa ema osen chi nam ne den tokuru bia meda osim sanso ne boa ma osen no pai fita ema o confidence level so betimi asere na wanwene osen 32 ni nyina no so akire eye wo namfo no enso atimi abom kama eti kaina ehye ne so top choku e kan bi power specialist about hospital Dr. Kusu Adua ya say yade bia etete wo no memfa nkoba bia fabre akache hepatitis sciatica arthritis gono syphilis broken bones ulcer ene yade bia etete wo no oba your machines awodo a yade di adwumadie na doctors and nurses adwuma na ma che entieba no experience anaso ehunu na omunimde etika na hye ne so your kwabenya off ACP main road no enti ene ye nin komo 0244544422 floor tissues enso so adaroma kan bi ye de dwumadi no ebre wo tikai na hye ne so mame Ivan mame traso fi ho no mo tem kodja varian.
Yes, mamenchia na menchia watiefo biem. Na menka se yada jamia se afiwe so akọ na yabesi afifo from. We are hoping say this year niema nyina abekọ yie. So we hear Dr. Afarijana when it comes to elections, I make say he's an institution because being a man what me navigate Ghana through the storms. So here abra started say democratize under the 1992 tensions and then as for na ewo krom ha being the electoral commissioner there, you know, I think say ultimate navigate Ghana through the storms abra na among for cry least expect say such things will happen, and at some point Ghana became a model, and where some of the nema or introduced here like the IPAC over the years, you know, has been replicated in other countries because among who say conducting election, the most important part and yes say election, you know, na electoral commission thinking say it is fair. Now the most essential aspect of it, and they say we'll get the actors to accept the results. Now you revolt against the outcome. So in achieving that, you know, IPAC became a platformer. Now a dialogue then as a phone with the various political stakeholders and actors, you know, say some misunderstanding be bound betimi a jina so na sabi ya George na nkwa yes violence. So over the years, you know, some of these things at me guarantee the electoral success Ghana enjoy over the years. And as I want to when you hear sub region higher ade betimi aka na say ade ba ko a threaten your political stability in Africa and the kind of economic progression ye pese ye nsaka no electoral violence. Electoral violence turn Africa into a killing field. That there are a lot of graveyards around that bit me pointed to say these are the scars of electoral violence. Obete Oko Sudan Al-Shabaab na ya TSC krum na ni nyina buy because people felt say the political establishment, you know, systems in the no, there is no way a favor more, and they can't fight the system. So one way or the other, they adopt those kind of tactics, you know, to revolt against the system. Say, by they offend political stability there, we may be that. And some of these people you see called rebels, then as a form of no, among your rebels, they are maybe hooligans, some are doctors, some are nurses, some are soldiers, some are among with degree, but they have transformed themselves into rebels. Fighting against the system because we free system no and to be created a novel platform will be free and fair, will be any access to whatever that they want to do. So with this thing in mind, you know, now the air say Ghana you better me steer that first. Not China yanam so far as our elections is concerned, bit me kwa yenim na sabi model na ye no ya twaso na yakwa yenim. But we've gotten to a point as I say all the electoral gains na nyina no are taking a nosedive. You're reversing in a very aggressive fashion. All because of the conduct of electoral commission and yawo ne kwanyo faswa or yen ne MB. One key to na Emma electoral outcome among for jitum trust and confidence political actors and the citizens, you know, a repose in the institutional or conducting elections, you know. So ask yourself, go out there and do a survey and ask the ordinary Ghanaian and say as to whether people have trust and confidence in the electoral commission or not. Because the posturing of the commissioner herself, there is this belligerent posture why you say men are electoral commission, you know. the Americans are pen and all actors should go to sleep. And over the years, we've been battling, she has been battling with political actors. And let's say, we say, and IPAC na a significant platform where dialogue must happen for actors and yabati ya say na yade in she ya go akwamuse be betimi akoya nim no that particular platform no ene abaya ade a okwa say lecturer and student here.
But maybe only say IPAC decisions so bound on the electoral commission.
Oh yes, it's not binding. And because it's a platform of convenience. Yakotenase have Jojo na ye nyina yate ya ho say going forward no these are kwan ya fa so ayeko and binding obia. It's like say when your council of state say you to president for advice is not binding on the president, but the constitution recommended said he should be advised as to whether the president will take those things or not. No, that one is up to him. So that was the same sense IPAC na buy hoping say you be achieve certain your friend is saying compromise be na elections no enko and you could do a point na such platform near you na be say me ba me be detectia amamo. And over the years, so where some of the near my electoral commission no yeah na no deep in the cracks the more. For instance, you go into 2020 elections, yana yaka about regional coalition then as a phone. When you create multiple layers in the electoral process, you are creating problems for yourself. It's like going to the UK embassy for a visa. The more who present various documents, they come on. You are giving them more ammunition to get to know you more. Because when you go to the embassy, you can't review document no anymore. Document now was submitted the man on the more no getting to know you and obey enough information about you know so beso denial. So in the election process, and the more you create those multiple layers, you create a problem for yourself. Because major problems are in regional coalition among for and the problem by so multiple layers will create a problem. So ask yourself, say actors say this particular thing is new, you don't force it through their throat. At the end of the day outcome nearby a problem going forward nanka you free say 2020 elections ne bit be free say they corner going forward a new slate. You patch those differences with the various actors and as for but patching those differences require a new hobby. And then going forward, she's introducing say indelible ink na. Yes, what try they can you see adena nim a bit member say electoral commission genuine reasons are so convincing enough as to why we should abandon the indelible ink, it's just a matter of explaining to the people, meet the actors, the stakeholders. Not no the other side of it. They will bring those things. Now you're considered you can even get the political parties to do a press conference and they will rather announce to their supporters indelible ink because of A, B, C, D. Because democracy, the money democracy and clarity and but na electoral commissioner back say indelible ink going forward without explaining why you are doing that particular thing to the actors. Okay.
Almost say because of biometric verification machine.
Okay.
Almost face say I don't need enough.
Okay.
There's a machine verify we are.
Yes.
Untimin consign ma.
But last year, see Nyaman for more engaging multiple voting then as a forum.
Exactly.
So what is the point? So what you have to do is some of these things, me say election electoral commission, you are not conducting for yourself. Election and you see na for the people of Ghana and major stakeholders in the political parties following and any step on the way you need to explain to the people for them to understand this way now for it an on the time now political party NDC MPP coming to the IPAC always and always more interest and but as a commissioner we are very independent and fair-minded the ultimate interest of the ordinary Ghanaian now on that particular line. Going into elections here, registration, electoral commission by say registration regional, district level. District level no create a lot of impediment for the ordinary Ghanaian. Our political parties now, any say kasama Ghana for they were the very institutions and as actors are no mujinum fight say no that particular thing will create a problem. By the electoral commission or no. Ni role this over making sure say be protect the vulnerable amount for say be economically empowered so access to money. I be regional district level registering as a form of you create some problem with you. Electoral Commission was rather imposing those challenges along the way. So another day, commission now Obasa will serve a certain interest. Obinim and as Obasa will serve the interest of the ordinary Ghanaian. And over the years, there has been a lot of conversations around Makase. Asemo Biaba Kabiana is not binding on the Electoral Commission. I see, let me distill this foolish notion out there. Say the Electoral Commission is independent. There is no absolute independence in any democracy. There is no constitution in the world that guarantee a right or independent that is absolute. It doesn't. The most sacred of all right are in the right to live.
Yeah.
Under certain circumstances, court I invalidate your right to live and you'll be killed. So there is no right on earth that is absolute. So Electoral Commission right now absolute, and this somewhere. I don't know who no kodru baby, no be critic problem. Ama your friends say the very service now will render to people. Now you need to pause there and make sure say ube yi sa name no fra kwemu, but we has a car at free. I would say break is what emfa. No say highway ye kosa. Kenyans are some children. They are not ready to listen. They are not ready to listen to anybody. And with the examples and near my free 2020 elections nearby, you listen to most of the actors threatening say they are not going to court.
Yeah.
And the electoral differences will be settled on the ground. So at the end of the if we are not careful, we are driving on a highway to electoral violence and nobody can stop it because the Electoral Commission referee, is so belligerent to the stand say, you're ready to listen to Obia. Sometimes when they come out and they make public statement, pronouncement, that what's in China, akra na kasa na asa panyini na kasa. Obekom na Electoral Commissioner speaking like a child. And sometimes it's so disturbing. And some no more can dia gender any peace any assure various political actors and then as for them say sabi and she say ne niema bi gukwema guarantee obi and then go to IPAC say issue ya regional coalition as for it abi came no district ya registration it came up at IPAC.
Yeah.
Even with those toy parties, they couldn't even agree. That is why I had the Electoral Commission call court. We are quite court fast with this particular assembly. Judicial system there on the essence in the saying. Dealing with problems that are current and the issue no bar whatever be the issue we must make sure say you address a problem head on because such issues our far consequential way one way you better violence but you're making sure say you better abano kura we and court to attend so that no the day assembly be useless so sa nema we nyina build a man for air form who are going into the 2024 elections and as you ya Ghana abaye theater of peace. So far as elections and electoral processes are concerned, you be flipping to the other side. And so going forward now, things we need to engage. Now Electoral Commission who say they are working for the people of this country. They are not working for themselves. And the input in the consideration be free actors in the Ghana for one bad who here because some person build a robust electoral system and be deliver results or be a you can't do it in isolation. Ghana for institutions are more involved na sin chain. Now what go solo. I know the outcome one kasa na abajiatum. Now what pressing who say but the general public will not accept it and that particular thing will lead to violence and say you bet me see no kwanya. These are some of the things that as a na come wasem. Says ya menu say someone said there are backlog of issues when the 2020 elections are till date. Yen to me even the violence and ya come wasem. Yako elections, 8 people were killed, shot in the broad day. Fortunately, those things recorded on the video. So the near sabi and dam and I said shoot the way with Tima. Who took two in a short distance air bar and the reason is no more to abo. Namiria Diana Baba with Tima and yes shoot the way with Tima obi to boy the Tunisiano. Dabi. Obi to boy the Tunisian, even at the battlefield, we soldier now call war. Nasa, who tutu abo uniana or dine chino Ghanaian. You don't even shoot the person. It is only a coward and will shoot 2 people from behind. But we saw it in a video in Techiman. At the way see president addressed or address after elections. I said the election was peaceful, but for few regrettable deaths. Until date, nobody and I constitute any panel. We say Yantanasi. Na yem misaya honsa sabi. Asem we see yam fancy yes, set a bad precedent going forward, while here they are some beba till date. Nobody and I show any interest in that particular way, and a scar a damn for conscience are going into next elections. People will seek to replicate those things. President go a quarter chimay. Or quarter chimay no, Nanka Manfo hope is a bit me conversative family na catch I can be sabi. Some words of inspiration or wisdom be more, giving them some assurances. He didn't go there. He went there for electoral reasons. He went to Techiman and told them, say, Techiman for me, Bofumupa, Memambamu region, Edurabanaman Twamame. This is the statement of a president. Now, when you be away heartless, now we are callous. How can you make such a pronouncement? Amidst our family, our way nurse as a commander in chief, you have the power, you have all that it takes to ensure, say, Ubeti investigation, my family, Nusabi, or Monya certain relief. Till date, nothing has been done. And you think it's going to be business as usual going into the next elections? People will sit down and you'll be killing their family and they will just watch you. It will not. That's what I'm telling you, sir. This theater of peace, this theater of electoral peace, I enjoy over the years. Yeah, they aboy hon samrane as Ghanaians, and we've been recognized for that. And countries coming to Ghana to learn our electoral processing as a phenomenon. And then you had page enough flip it. And then you battle with some of these possibilities. Say, Ghana, baba, another Sudan, Ghana, baba, another Togo, as a forum, and there is the need for us to, because concerns here, expressing maybe political actors, and they have vested interest in the election. Is the reason why, and they are 40 radio, so man, then they can't. But what about people like Afarijan? What about people like Afarijai? Because this is a system, this is a processor. Or can who be that particular foundation? Yeah. He doesn't want to sit there, shut his mouth, and watch it go. And I say, apart. And who MPP and who NDC? Exactly. Exactly. So looking at the prospect, maybe a year corner, it appears a bit endangered. So we need to do something to remedy the situation. But this is a woman who is emotionally unstable, and she feels the Obekano. You see, people who are weak inside, externally they show aggression. People are not confident within themselves. No, always be that is why they'll go to IPACA or say or Sereno. Yeah. Why? Because she's weak inside. Because people who are strong inside won't even care about some of these things, because you know your left from your right. You know what you're doing. So all this external aggression that or then how weak she is within, and such a person pretended a very way. She's very dangerous. That is why any partners na omoka nyansasem kire ne say election the electoral commission and then the bonafide property enye wajapade say woda sorry hit bia ba otima da sorry I say me pese enye we then everybody will follow. It's a platformer and then it determine the electoral the elections na and then the bet and as a referee you need to assume a certain posture of neutrality. Ghana for who say the independence of the electoral commission so far as conducting elections free and fair is assured. And the actors who go into elections now will lose. You know say you are accepting the verdict because you lose freely. But say the panel or lose and or the person is not even sure as to whether say Ghana for the tutiano, I say electoral commission as a forum. And you see, the electoral commission is building enough evidence, piling them up for Obio person cause trouble in 2020 biano, 2024 biano, over cause, because the kind of impressions of live in their wake, is enough as soon as I will be because elections na and a day event. Election is a process, and it's a long haul. And beginning from this particular part, about say you have an agenda. People think that you are in cahoot with government and you're doing everything to ensure that you extend the stay of the regime. That may be entirely not true, but is seek to further that particular agenda, and people who will not go quiet. And election, the outcome in danger. So I think the onus now lies on all of us. And then you expect other stakeholders? Software na himfo na se for ahimfo na multi social media ntokwa na mo kun and then other stakeholders yentena se yenka se a person yenya elections be peaceful these are some of the things that measures the Electoral Commission be take. Now I recognize the fact the election or man or yama Ghana for and the various concerns be able babon team be must be addressed. Sabaya amam for akuma beto muyem na say electoral outcome no ba amam for agiatum na be yes na no meti say ba umia say election no misunderstanding be able ma fa court.
Yeah.
Na ba umia na be chiro bi say
na Christmas message.
Yes. And the ba umia na be ka chiro bi say so won't elections as a court. You see such comments, even deep in the kind of misconception out there whether that is true or not. Say court, is working for the government because over the years you win some court. Some of the rulings about Bontia, you begin to ask yourself whether say nipa the Senate transfer general or trust how ruling and I say about the saying people have had their concerns about their friends saying a judgment in free court and as for about trust and confidence public new repose in our judicial system. No, it's not even there. So people who don't want to even go to court at all. This is the reality. So how do we deal with all these things? This is the most crucial thing. Your peace na your cano, enjoy in the we need to show say all these red flags now. And then me electoral process no. You bet me addressing na ansa na yakwa koduru because e koduru I'm not sure say your friend is saying ebe business as usual because na no na me catch you be say so I had a sad experience I Ghana for go through. The economic experience I Ghana for go through. Youth unemployment, corruption akoso okrom ha say abusia mamuo ne some Serbian some huna akoso and Akuffo government The ordinary Ghanaian will prefer to do everything to ensure say this particular regime will go. And even if people will do that at the peril of their life, because they will do, then say government may use military and so forth to intimidate people, say, because we are in power, you abuse incumbency and then get your way. That is never going to happen. And say maybe or money the security and so forth, so they should think again because Ghana will not allow themselves and they may see 2020 or more army certain criminals ni hoodlums with state machine with guns ni way more call electoral areas could destabilize at the blind side of the people. No, Ghanaians will not agree to that particular thing anymore. So go back to Togo and look at what happened. Abrana among for a demonstration na government ni free so betim di soldier for our press among the citizens soldier ni to a man no mo bo mo ju mo tuo because it will get to a time you don't even have a space or kwakoto obi tuo enti peace na ye nyina yes you advocate for no we really need to do it in a very holistic manner sabi about address all the concerns na eba no sabi ya electoral commission I bet me a certain clean slate. I bet enjoy the trust and the confidence of the people. It's whatever the commission never want to be nipa bajiatum. They have an agenda. People are not even sure whether they are working for the people of Ghana or their allegiance is to the government or the president. Basa, it doesn't matter whether you do the right thing or not. People will not agree. People will not agree because it is very, very essential. And the Electoral Commission and working on an integrity. Na ya nyesa adwuma no amasa antiasie na ma we may go into 2020 elections. The election may be free and fair. Political party may lose, but because of this way you creating out there, that it will feed into that narrative. Say no, your government and agenda no more. 2024, and people will not agree. So and Makato says you're 2 years na you heard the elections. Africa. Yes, and you're changing apart from corruption and as if because of electoral misunderstanding and violence are leading to a lot of things as push you back. And how do we make sure that we don't get there? And it is in that wisdom and our Farijane or in China on the sidelines and he has realized no. Baby a commission na oja no to ye no baby a commission no nam no enam ye because commission there it is your job to work with the people but it's like say we work in a room you don't care whether people agree to whatever you're doing or not the only member they should swallow the hook line and sinker. This is a democracy. We are not in a big man's democracy or big man's politics where one person will just sit and say I'm dictating the pace and everybody should follow suit. No, that is not going to happen. So we need to create a platform, Asabi, make me inspired and engender that trust and confidence in the public. Sabaya violence na 83 in the offina Ghana for huno yen konko duro because aban wo adwen bi say obesisi Ghana for mete say papa bi te Flagstaff house or say power na de e wo me ho onjab on friend say
so ne Lord Come
also
power no nyam na nyam china
and I make a chance say Ghana jitin trenya uhuna or no he can't even save himself. You see some of these comments in here can't the nikaka because we say when your power today.
Okay.
Now Edruha he cannot even run to save himself. And because you can mirror look at Africa and Nema Akoso and how situation situation kokoduru when that day comes you can't even save yourself, let alone to see someone and say men dane power. And see we must not get there. All stakeholders, actors in must realize Ghana and yawo and this MPP namum your political stability must be assured. Now, no, make be say over the years, the reason why you have a lot of foreign companies coming to Ghana to invest, it's not because of anything. So, Obi company or America, not person about Ghana, now UK not person about Ghana. One thing, here, a stable political environment. So when you have a stable political environment, all these companies will feel free and they will come and operate. And over the years, we have proven sufficiently since 92 to date, Ghana political stability is assured because event are leading to coup in Niger, event are leading to coup in Togo, Ghana came under Akuffo, and the kind of intimidation, the terror, for even those of you in the media, to two radio stations, basa. And right, been so mobile, your friend is saying, convention, what's man, invited people from outside of Baba, few minutes to the program, then you just torpedo it just like that. At the end of the day, you are not, that is what I'm saying, Akuffo doesn't, it doesn't look like he's a Democrat. These are imposters fronting democratic rule. Because if you're really a believer in democracy, you will not be doing some of these things, attacking all state institutions, attacking individuals, attacking political parties, attacking people in the media. At the end of the day, who are you? You become a gangster with a presidential badge. Because that is what gangsters do. But fortunately, he's not a gangster with a gun. He's a gangster with a presidential badge. And he can do whatever that he want to do and get away with it. That is the kind of situation that you find yourself in.
All right.
Ghanaians will do everything to resist any attempt. My Ghana for Uncle Twaba. Whoever they deem fit to about no more money we are the Electoral Commission to declare that person. But see if that is never going to happen.
All right.
Story OTCC no a platform my friend PENDREAM TV and I UT story no na feedback we here and story our no any story be our platform no so be our tia o pese o my feedback no fafa WhatsApp message or WhatsApp number 0277128777 na yebebo e wo PENDREAM FM Ghana for nyina ate wonka
Debi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV